Okay, I'm now going to take you on a quick walkthrough of the website portion of People's Voice. And this portion is mainly for the political activists out there who are already spending time telling other people about legislation that they're aware of and that they either support or oppose. I will probably be referring to these folks as mobilizers from now on, as those are the kind of title we've dubbed them within the app. So let's get going. And this is a fictitious account that I've set up. My name is not Dog. All right, so first things you're going to see is the legislation feed, and this is going to give you some basic information. You're going to see the mobilizer who is making the post, whether they support or oppose the bill that they're talking about, the title of the bill, and then this is going to be the brief, a truncated version of their opinion on the bill. Right now it's just lorem ipsum. And then over here you're going to see people who support and oppose the bill. So any bill that comes through, it's not going to pop up multiple times in your feed. You're only going to see it once. And then to find out who else is talking about it, you just scroll over here and you're going to see the other people. And then the last thing I want to point out is that you can filter this feed right now by people that you follow or mobilizers that you follow. Or you can look at all, and the all is going to show you everybody that's in the system right now and all the bills that they're talking about. And there's obviously more people talking about it because I'm not following obviously all of these folks here. Now if I want to find out about a bill, maybe I want to find out about HJ Res 27, authorization for use of military force against ISIL resolution. I can click on that. It's going to bring me to some brief information. This is first going to give me the opinion by the mobilizer right here. And then I have some other tabs. I can look at the overview of the bill. And this pulls some basic information on the bill. You can click on the full text of the bill, and that'll show you the actual text of it. And you can read it right there. And you can also see the different versions. Right now there's just one version. And then there will be the stats page, which there's not enough data on this bill for accurate statistics, but this will give you stats on the bill, how popular it is, and the breakdowns and all that good stuff. So anyways, if I like this opinion on the bill, if I agree with Wally Wolf, I can just go over here and click or reshout, and that'll reshout the bill out to all of my friends, and it'll basically just show what Wally Wolf is saying. Or I can click here and I can actually do my own post about the bill as well. But I don't want to talk about that one. I want to talk about a different one. So let's go to the shout page. And here, this is the core feature of the site. This is where I get to select the bill that I want to talk about and say whether or not I support it and oppose it, and give my explanation as to why. If I am talking about a federal bill, the app defaults to federal status, so I just leave it and I just go down here to the prefix. I can click HRS, HRES, SRES, and so on, and then I just put in the bill number. So I can put 123 or whatever. But I don't want to do a federal bill. I actually want to do a state bill for this one. And I'll pick Georgia. Prefix on these, because they change so much, we just have them set up to where you type it in yourself at the moment. And the bill I'm wanting to do is HB 58. It is a ballot access reform bill, basically giving outsider candidates a much easier time getting their names on the ballot, which I think is a good thing, especially since like 70 or 80% of the elections in Georgia go uncontested, meaning there's only one candidate running for each seat, which is crazy in my opinion. So anyways, I am in support of this measure. I've already got a position written up, so I'm just going to paste that in there. And I'll click shout once I've got everything set up, and basically what that's going to do is post my opinion into the legislative feed. And we can go here. It's not going to show up in my following because I'm not following myself, obviously, but if I click on all, then we should see it pop up right here, and there it is, HB 58, my opinion on HB 58, the fact that I support it, and I am the first one to post on this, so it pops up and it just shows me there. Now if someone else posts on it, then it won't fill up the feed again. We won't see two HB 58s. You'll just see either the one tick up to 2, or if someone's against it, you'll see the red go to 1. And that is the core functionality of the web portion of the People's Voice, and the portion that the mobilizers or political activists will use heavily. Now we're going to go on and see what it looks like in the app for the interested bystanders. Okay, so let's do a quick walkthrough of the app. This is the portion of the People's Voice that is going to be primarily used by the interested bystanders, which are people I term as basically voters or users. As you can see here, when you open up the app, you're going to be given a differently styled version of the legislative feed. And this is me as a user. I've chosen to follow different mobilizers. And so anything that mobilizer posts, any piece of legislation they talk about, it's going to pop up in my feed. And we can see the mobilizer's photo here. We can see the bill title, the brief description on why they're for or against it. And then over here, the green or red dot indicates whether or not the mobilizer is for or against it. So let's say I just open the app and I'm scrolling through and I see Mr. Dog has posted about HB 58. So I click on his shout to find out more, and I read through his opinion. And let's say I like his opinion, but maybe I want to know what the opposition has to say. At the bottom of the screen here, you can see there's other mobilizers with either a green stroke or a red stroke around their photo. The green indicates that they're for the bill. The red indicates that they're against the bill. Well, I want to know what the opposition has to say, so let's scroll through and look. And maybe I've liked Mr. Tiger in the past, so let's see what Mr. Tiger has to say regarding HB 58. I click on his picture. It'll take me to his shout, and I can take a moment to read through it, decide whether or not I agree with him. Maybe I don't find his argument to be as valid as Mr. Dog's, so I'm just going to click on the back button here. It's going to take me back to Mr. Dog's opinion, and I've decided, yes, I do agree with Mr. Dog. HB 58 is a great bill for Georgia. Let's pass it. So I'm going to click on the support button up at the top. What that does is that basically casts a vote in favor of the bill, and that vote in the database is attached not only to that piece of legislation, but it's also attached to all the districts that represent me. So that's not only my federal district, but also my state upper and lower house districts as well, and obviously the state to boot. So once I've clicked on support, I have some more options in front of me, and maybe I want to find out the stats and how the bill is faring in my state. So the first thing that's going to come up is the statewide opinion of the bill, and we can see right here that it's doing pretty good at the state level, but maybe I want to see what my upper district thinks about the bill, so I click on the upper tab. Still doing good, but not as great as it was at the state level. And let's click on the lower. And here we see that the lower house district that I'm in is actually 55% against the bill. So what can I do with this information? Well, I can click on the back button and go back to the More Options page, and I have the option to choose to call my representative. I can also share my opinion on that legislation on social networks, Twitter, Facebook, and then at the end I can go home as well. And the idea behind the providing these stats is that we can hopefully provide upwards or downwards pressure on legislation and see good legislation get passed and bad legislation get shut down. And I have one last major feature I want to show you on this MVP for the app side of the People's Voice. So I click on the home button. It's going to take me back to the legislation feed, and up at the top you'll see there's a menu icon there. Let's click on that, and that's going to take me to a page where I can click on my profile, and then within my profile I have a bunch of different tabs that I can click on. The one that I want to look at is My Representatives versus Me. This basically shows me the percentage of how often my representatives vote with me on the bills that I have voted on. So it takes my private voting record on legislation, compares it to their public voting record on legislation, and it gives me an instant percentage on how similar or dissimilar they are to me. And I can see right here on the right hand side which ones I should probably consider voting out in the next election time and which ones I should probably keep in office. So the idea is that we can hopefully get good legislation passed and bad legislation kept from passing. And if that doesn't work, then we can use that information to vote out the people who are not representing us. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it greatly. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the address on the screen. Have a great day.